Hey everybody, Ray here. Not too long ago I did a review about this 20-foot extension hose for my shop vac that I got from a company called Cen-Tec. One of the things that I really like about this is the quick connect port on the side. And I got several adapters here, and you can quickly connect to any of those adapters, and I have not found any of my small power tools that these adapters won't fit on. So it's worked out really well for me. I did a nice video about it, and I shared my video with the Cen-Tec people. When they viewed my video, they noticed the cyclone dust collector that I was using. And they were kind enough to send me their version of the cyclone dust collector to review. I'm going to give you my initial impressions about this. I'm going to take the top off because everything else is inside. It was shipped like this, all put together. It was in this box. And one of the things I like about it already is it's already set up on the wheels. I don't have to put that together. So we're going to take this apart. I'm going to go over the individual pieces and parts with you, and I'll let you know what I think. Hey, let me interrupt with some great information. I just heard from the people at the Cen-Tec company. They've decided to give me a 20% off coupon to share with you. So stick around to the end of the video. I will give you both that coupon code and their website information. So something that jumps out to me right away is this is a really nice heavy-duty stainless steel container here. Better than anything I've always used, because everything I've used before, like the Dust Deputy or the Dustopper from Home Depot, just fits on one of those small 5-gallon buckets. So this is an upgrade from that, certainly. Take the top off here. Ooh, this is heavy. This is a very solid top here, and one thing that I already like here is if you look at this band in here, it's some sort of soft silicone that is really going to enhance the seal when you put this thing together. The top all looks like metal here that the separator connects to, which is a whole lot better than the plastic that I'm used to looking to. So far it's looking pretty good. This is their cyclone unit right here. It is pretty good size. It is a very heavy plastic here, and it's held together, the top and the bottom, by these nuts and bolts here, and it looks pretty sturdy. They also include the instructions and the bolts and nuts to connect this with. There's also a seal in here to connect this to the top of the unit here. And then they sent a hose. That was pretty good. I told you this thing was sturdy. It took that nice fall as it rolled off of my workbench here and has no damage to it whatsoever. We're going to try to continue this thing without tearing it up before I get a chance to try it. Okay, so like I said, they also had included this 10-foot hose for me here that comes with a quick connect adapter that will fit the larger size openings on a shop vac or the smaller size opening on a shop vac. And we're going to go ahead and attach the cyclone separator to the top of the canister here. And I should add that you don't have to buy all of this stuff. You can just buy the separator if you want. But you have to make sure that if you do that, whatever you use as your receptacle canister has to be strong enough that it's not going to collapse from the vacuum of this cyclone separator. So we've set the gasket on top of the lid, and now I'm just lining up the screw. I don't think you need to watch me tighten bolts, so when it's done, I'll bring you back. Okay, there were only 4 screws involved. It's got an Allen head on it, and they include the Allen wrench with it, and then the bolts go in here in the bottom. So this is all connected and ready to go. One thing that I did neglect to show you is they also sent me these bags that will go into the dust collector And then all we have to do is put our separator lid on there. Very nice. This was very easy to put together. It took, maybe 3 minutes to put those screws in, and then it just latches right on the top here. And like I told you, the wheels were already on the canister when I got it. So it's very easy to assemble. To try to get a good comparison of the Cen-Tec unit that they sent me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to compare it to the Dustopper, which you see here on your left. The Cen-Tec is in the middle, and then on your right is an older Dust Deputy that I have. Now, to be fair to Dust Deputy, this is the first version of the Dust Deputy. I think in the last year or two they came out with a Dust Deputy 2 that may be improved over this one, but this is the first version. But it should give us a valid comparison nonetheless. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is to test each unit for airspeed. So at the end of my hose here, I've connected up an anemometer. That anemometer will measure the flow of the wind going through it, and I'm going to measure it in terms of feet per minute. Everything that you see here, the setup is going to remain exactly the same. I'm not changing anything. The same hoses will be used from one dust extractor to the next. So I will simply swap them out and then recheck the airspeed each time. So the first test here will be on the dust stopper that I got from Home Depot, and I'm going to measure the average The average is 25.79. Okay, we're switching over to the Cen-Tec unit. The average is 29.53. Okay, now for the Dust Deputy. The average is 27.76. For the next part of our test, what we're going to do is try to see how efficient each one of these dust extractors are. So I measured out 3 equal piles of sawdust that was all blended together. So each unit will kind of get the same blend of sawdust and the same amount of sawdust. And the first one we will try is the Dust Deputy here. Now I'm going to just make a leap and just assume that every one of these are going to catch most of the debris in the unit itself. So really all I'm going to check is how much winds up in the shop vac. So it has been vacuumed out and it's very clean. And then after I test each one of these units, I will vacuum it out again before I test the next one. We want to see how much actually winds up in the shop vac, because that's what we're trying to protect. So the first one we're going to do here is the dust stopper. Okay, you can see all that's left in there. There's not much. The dust stopper did a pretty nice job. I'll vacuum this out and we'll move on to the Cen-Tec unit. Now we're going to try the Quick Click from Cen-Tec Systems. Okay, I would say, you know, maybe slightly better than the dust stopper, but there's a little tiny bit of debris in there, but not too bad. All right, this last test will actually be on the Dust Deputy. And the Dust Deputy actually left probably, I'd say, almost twice as much as the dust stopper or the Cen-Tec unit. You can see on the bottom there, I can pick up nearly a handful of dust, and I couldn't do that on the other dust extractors. So I think our little test to try to determine the efficiency of each one of these units worked out pretty well. Remember, I was measuring efficiency by what unit kept the most debris out of the vacuum itself. So in that test, as I went back and reviewed the video, I think I said that the Quick Click was slightly better than the dust stopper. I think it actually was considerably better than the dust stopper, and you can see that in these pictures here. The Dust Deputy was the worst of the three, but frankly, all three of them did a pretty darn good job, with the Cen-Tec Systems unit being the best of the three. To summarize, the Quick Click by Cen-Tec Systems was the best in terms of airspeed. That says that you'd get more suction power over a longer length of hose, which could be important. Quick Click was also the best in minimizing the amount of debris that got into the shop vac. In my opinion, the components in the Quick Click were of much higher quality. They were much more heavy duty. Looking at pricing on Amazon, if you only bought the dust separator itself, the cost for Quick Click would be $44.86 and the Dust Deputy would be $39.95. If you look at the cost of the dust separator with the hoses to connect it to the shop vac, the dust stopper comes in at $97.86 and the Dust Deputy comes in at $79.95. Now that only includes the hose to connect to the vac, but both of those do include a bucket-ready top. If you look at the price for the Quick Click with the hoses, it comes in the most expensive at $119.95. However, you get a 10-foot hose to connect to your shop vac, and you also get a 10-foot hose to connect to your tools with multiple adapters to fit all those tools. If you look on the Cen-Tec website, the Quick Click kit that they sent me that includes the dust separator and a 10-gallon heavy-duty stainless steel bin and a hose, one 10-foot hose with all of the adapters for the tools, comes in at $299. That's really a premium setup. It does not include the 10-foot hose that connects to the shop vac. However, you can just use the hose that came with your shop vac, so that's no big deal. So in my mind, the absolute best value is the Quick Click kit that includes the dust separator and the 10-foot hose to connect to your vacuum and a 10-foot hose with all of the multiple adapters to connect to your tools. It occurs to me that the Quick Click dust separator from Cen-Tec Systems may very well be the best small shop dust separator that you've never heard of, because I never heard of it. But it is a fabulous little system, and I'm really appreciative for the fact that Cen-Tec sent this to me so I could try it out, give them my opinion, and share that opinion with you. And I think it's a great little system. I think the best value is buying the dust separator kit that comes with the hose, the Quick Click hose that connects to all of these adapters. These adapters fit all my small power tools as well as my DeWalt miter saw and my DeWalt job site saw. It also includes the 10-foot hose that comes ready to adapt to the smaller and larger input ports to your shop vac. To utilize this system, you will have to connect it to a 5-gallon bucket, one that you would get at Home Depot or Lowe's or Menards, wherever you might shop. And I'll show you in a video right up here how to connect this to the lid. It's really very easy, and you can get it done in no time at all. I hope this video was helpful to you. If it was, hit me with that thumbs up. You know I always appreciate that. And I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Okay, thanks for making it all the way through the video. And now for the coupon code that I think they made kind of easy for me, because the coupon code is right here. And that coupon code will give you 20% off your entire order when you order from Cen-TecSystems.com. That's www.Cen-TecSystems.com. The items that I talked about here you would find in the Quick Click area of their website. But I would encourage you to look at all of the other areas in their website because they truly have some great products. I will put the specific product that I recommended down in the description below so it'll be easy for you to find it. But hurry, because this is only good for the first 100 people that use that coupon.